All right, MMTs, we're 7 minutes into the opening bell, and one of the things we're going to look at is just a snapshot of things that are happening right now on that opening bell. This is what we were talking about. This one here is CMG. It has not put the bottom in, and it started with the price action momentum negative ratio gap down. Okay, quite different than yesterday and the prior day. What you will find out that whether it's on or off a day, you will look for the big buy. You're going to look for that bottom end. That's a 3, that's a 6, that's a 9-minute opening bell to that price action teeny line. And when you get a huge buy bar next to it, whenever that comes and things start to turn around, that's when you would put in the lows. The index is right here, 26 down on the Dow, 22 down. Buddy, we have only not even been open 15 minutes, and look at the haircut reversal that we still have in these indexes. Right here. Let it be known that I said in pre-market video, management trading, is that if there is slide that bid and there's no looking back, that's just another delta reversal to, and this is day 13, and we're going to be right in the middle today of 2.5 days in the 5-day third period of 5-day trading range in price action. So right now, they have come back and they have whopped and sold these indexes down right here. 32, to look at the haircut on that NASDAQ 100. That means that bull is a short. That means that that bear is moving up. That means that equities are being sold short on that half bar and not looking back. Right now. And we've only been open 9 minutes on the opening bell. That's CMG right there. As far as Amazon goes, 3, 6, 9, 12, straight down. Indexes continue to sell off. In the first 9 minute short sell, stocks going down. When they make their bottom, you're going to have to see a fast turnaround. This is what I was talking about. Slide that bid, half bar, and they didn't look back in the first 9 minutes of price action. Indexes are getting hammered. You need to see an immediate turn. You need to see the VXN and the fear indicators reverse. You need to see the indexes put in bottoms. And you need to see that all of this is happening in 9 minutes of that opening bell. So that 3-week reversal that we're in is still in play because we're giving up a good portion very quickly of yesterday's delta expansion. We're completely delta contraction in the indexes which support these shorts that gap down like on Amazon. And we have people short, and they're very weak. So the thing about it is, that's what it is. Price action. Negative ratio down. Part of this 15-minute opening bell right now is, here is the intraday low count. You've got Mosaic on here. You've got Potash on here. When the market, if and when that the market would want to turn around, you will bounce off of the bottoms. Right now, though, the Dow is down considerably. It's down 55, and the NASDAQ continues to sell off. So when you look at the low list here, we always go through these names, but look at how long it is.
Finish throttling.
Okay?
Yep.
And that's the low count.
Pomp 15.
Here we are, folks. There's that bottom in these indexes, only down 22. We're only down 14 in the NASDAQ 100 and the NASDAQ comp. We're burning what we needed to see right now. We're 23 minutes live into that tape, and we came down on all the indexes right out of the open on that short side of that tape, and we started covering madly and getting net long because that way here, I'm just showing that Goldman breakout. And once again, this is how the opening bell works. And what you want to see is that knife hook bottom get put in. But then on that ratio up, you've got to see these big-ass green bars and that teeny expansion. Here we go.
I did, yeah.
Here's the opening bell. Ann was watching this bottom here on Amazon.com, and she went up in the ratio there, did everything that she needed it to do. And the thing about it is, it started off the bottom right there with the double diamond alert with the single one and a big bar. Now it's got to hold half the bar, or she'll take her distribution and her profits. and she must build north of 55, working towards 75. The reason why the price action will be strong at the half bar is because of the elevated, if the IR stays elevated, that's this gauge right here, this tachometer. If it stays and keeps going this way and holds at a higher level, that is going to give this half action bar support price action. Okay? However, if we were to weaken, then the half bar would be in jeopardy on the 3, 6, 9, 12 to the 15 minute. And what we want to see is that once they roll up toward this 45, 50 handle, is the Beethoven comes into play when you start going back below 45. That's when the half bar play is going to be jeopardized at price action. Here we go. We had that great pop off of that bottom of 245. We sold up at the high, right up here at 250, right when it started to break below that teeny line. So you had a huge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 9 teenies. And you got to remember that 9 teenies is quite a bit of money because that's 65 pennies a teeny in the market maker platform. And that was where that knife hook bottom got put in that Chuck has been monitoring. All happened in the first 20 minutes from taking it down and then it came in. Now, when you take a look at the indexes here, you had a good 3-6 minute, about 8 minutes of short covering in that whole move with the indexes here. And once that first round of short covering comes out, is that these indexes have got to tick down to positive territory. And the quicker that they do that in the opening segment of the actual live trading day, if it happens early in the trading day, then that means it confirms the left elbow gap down and sliding that bid down short and then coming out and getting net long. And number one thing to confirm it, though, you've got to continually come down in the indexes. They tried it, and the equities moved higher as well. And the tape is 27 minutes long. BSFT was a big mover yesterday off of the earnings report that we would look at shorting that positive delta because it ran up so far so high. Since that high yesterday on 3.8, see, 3.8 intraday high, you've come down almost $5 from there. So basically, we just added it to our list because we want to see how it responds off the bottom. And in order to really get that number, we're really going to have to watch the half bars, and we're going to have to watch our gauges here, and we're just going to have to see how this thing can set up above 35 and hold this half bar off of that bottom. That's the key to get above that teeny line. BSFT 369, there's a 12 bar open. We're almost going to complete that 30-minute cycle of the opening bell. And we had the bounce, the indexes made lows, they bounced off, but here's the key. For the equities to hold support level, these indexes must continue to build strength and go down, but not tick higher. And same thing with the S&P 500, all of these indexes right here. I'm going to conclude the 30-minute opening bell.